Well folks, welcome back to the workshop to another Makita repair video. Now this one is its second time in because this was in a different video and it wasn't worth fixing. Makita SDS Drill keeps shutting down. We had it before, we tested it, we checked away and we checked the battery retainer. We replaced the switch and still kept doing the same thing. Would sometimes run and then just shut down. Problem is actually controller, so back to the customer, not worth fixing. But now he's actually come back with a receipt to say it's only bought about 9 or 10 months ago, so this is actually under warranty. He never mentioned the warranty the first time, so this is in for a second go. So this time she's in for a new controller. So this is a warranty repair on a Makita SDS Drill DHR 243, and it's not missing the chuck, it hasn't been damaged. He's just taken that off before sending it in, so we don't have to replace this. We're just replacing the controller on this thing, but it is still working sometimes. Then it starts this crack, runs for a bit and then stops. So a little bit intermittent. Nothing now. Right, controller problem. We know it already is not the switch, and we know it's not the battery retainer or the wiring. Time to replace the controller. Now this is not a cheap repair. If you're replacing the controller on any brushless motor, any brand, it's generally going to cost quite a bit of money. So controller for this thing, I had to order this in. It's costing us here in the shop €130.50. So that's plus the markup for the shop and plus the VAT, plus the labour for fitting it. So not cheap to actually fix this thing. That's the part number there if you were looking for one. But if you're replacing the controller outside of warranty, it might be more beneficial to replace the machine. But if it's under warranty, it's not a problem, because Makita fit the bill. Pull everything out, all the screws out. Make sure you take them all out. Off that cover. So the main thing, if it does stop and it's starting on you, you don't always need to go straight to the controller. Sometimes it can just be this little red wire. Sometimes they break, and if they do, you can just reconnect them again. But that's not the problem here. I've already tried a new switch. Didn't work, so we just put the old one back in again. The other thing is these connectors here. Just make sure they're all tight and not burning. But these ones are all fine, so that's not the problem. Plus these connectors here. But generally, if these are fine, these will generally be fine. Rarely for these to burn up without burning up these. But this should just be a straight swap. Controller, wee spade connectors, they don't just pull off, there's actually a wee clip to push up the wee pin to release the spade. It's like a little lock pin, just to save you fighting with them. Push them in. Also need to save the battery retainer, because that doesn't come with the new controller. As well, the switch. Pop that out, so we need to keep that. And then this all comes out as one piece. The controller, no obvious sign of failure. It was running, but it keeps shutting down. Sometimes you'll see a melt mark or a bubble or something, somewhere you can see some burning over heating inside. Can't really see anything on that. No burn marks on the outside. Spade connectors aren't burnt unless it's a capacitor starting to fail. Sometimes these can lose capacitance and they can work intermittently, but after they're sitting for a while or running for a little while, they start shutting down. Sometimes it can be that, but it's all potted on. I just went and knocked out the spring now, so I'll just stick it back in again. If I could remember. It's just sitting there. And it just springs down onto there. So it's sitting this here lip here. And then this boy, that's the boy that always confuses people. That's just sitting there. So that way round. With chamfer corner sitting here. Now, one with a spare part. Now, the other thing we just want to see is we'll just take a look at the motor. Seeing as we have it here. So the actual stator still in good shape. It's not burnt at all, no discoloration. Armature is alright, but it's the older type armature. It's the powder metallurgy one, it's not the steel laminate. Even the little Mila thing tested the other week has a steel laminate armature, a big heavy one. They're actually even better than these things. These aren't great for an SDS drill because if you get a drop or a bang or something, they can break the magnet on this here. That's actually been upgraded since, so there's the older version. It's been changed, must have been last year, so these actually come with a steel laminate armature now. But this one still has the old one, but it's not broken, so I can't justify replacing that under warranty. So it's just going to have to stay the way it is. And this is our new controller. Battery leads, switch lead, and we connector leads. This is just for if you're hooking it up to a dust extractor or we hoover thing, you can get attachments for these things. That just actually connects up in here. Take out the old one again. And just roughly shape the wires. I'm a little bit tempted to solder these leads on, but I should be alright. Actually, I might just put one wee drop of solder onto it, because they do have a tendency to sometimes come loose, and if they come loose they start to arc and burn and destroy the spade. So I might actually just put a wee drop of solder onto that just in case, just to keep it right, keep her sweet. Plus, let's face it, I love any excuse to get a sweet thing out. A little meal of soldering iron. Best things in sliced bread. So quick. That heating up, no messing around. Pull it out, start using it. See what I mean? No messing around. This leaves it a bit more difficult if you ever need to change this controller or field again, but means the spade connectors don't burn up. So we can at least use it a little bit harder if he needs to. I'm only putting on a little bit. Just enough to keep her good. As it comes up a wee warning law. It's bleeping. 16.2 volts. It's telling me my battery's just about flat. It's kind of handy. Get that charged up. Right, that'll do. This wee boy fell up here. There's just a wee piece of foam. It's just a cushion. These here wires. Little fine wires go on the bottom. They run over here and up. These are going over to the battery retainer. So black's negative, yellow's up the top, and red is positive. It's awkward doing this now because the wires aren't shipped. You sort of have to tuck them all in now. Ain't all that big a deal. It's easy to do in this one. Some machines, they can be a little bit more tricky. These wires here, all up the top. Just fold them up here, if you can see that. And this wee connector then faces down, drops in, hooks the spring, and as I see a little bar, and actually pushes it up whenever you want to engage it, if you ever need to use it. Most people never need this thing. So that sits there, and then your motor leads in. Need to go this side. Run them all up there, drop down your controller, make sure everything is in. There's on this here stator, we cut out here in the plastic. It fits into the top cover, and on the underside there's two wee slots fit onto the bottom, so it can only fit this orientation. Lastly, just get the switch back in, which is also very easy to change on its own if you ever just need to change the switch. Normally, number one repair in this is this little red lead. If you pull the trigger, it starts, and as soon as it hammers, it just stops on you. Then you have to keep pulling the trigger to get it to run. If it does that, it's just a wee red lead. Most all things, if it's getting too hot or shutting down or not running at all, normally it's something like the field either burnt up or the connectors here burnt away. So sometimes you can just squeeze them, tighten them up, put a bit of solder on. That'll fix that as well. That should be it for this quick wee Makita warranty repair. You're sending your tools and in a repair shop to be repaired and they're under warranty, let them know it's a warranty repair, because the repair shop, I'm afraid, can't read minds. But if you tell them it's a warranty and you give them your receipt, you can get it fixed up, no problem at all. Plus, if it's under warranty and you're just saying it's under warranty without having a receipt, there's nothing the repair shop can do. You have to give them a receipt, or if it's under the extended warranty, if you have it out for the longer 3-year warranty, the 1 year's up and you're onto the extra 2, you have to give in your online cert. It's not just the receipt you need your receipt and the online cert to get that warranty. If it's under warranty, at least say something. Because we've no way of telling how old the machine is. The year of the machine is not always something you can go by. Sometimes it can be sitting on stock somewhere a long time before it's actually sold. The warranty is not to do with the year it's made. The warranty is to do with the year or when it's actually sold. So this could be sitting on a stock shelf for 10 years and then sold. It's still got the year warranty, or 3 if you register it. And you only know that if you tell someone. That should be this thing. Now you're up and running. Now, it should hopefully run no problem. Nice one. That's her. One Makita SDS with a new controller fitted. That's her. Ready to work again. Now, just test and make sure she's hammering. We only have to hit the strike right anyway. We can tell if it's impacting. Well, easier if I stuck it in hammer mode first. stop it from spinning. That's her. One new controller on a Makita SDS Drill. The DHR 243, exact same machine as the DHR 242. It's just this one has the changeable chuck. That's the only difference. Exact same controller, exact same parts and gearbox of both machines. Anyway, that's how you change it if you ever need to, but unlikely you'll be changing one of them outside of the warranty. Anyway folks, as always, thanks for watching. If you're liking the tool repair videos, make sure to drop us a wee like and follow down the bottom. But till next time, chat to you later. Cheers!